everybody. I'm Cheryl Swift, the Duchess of Rock and Roll. I'm here tonight at the Exit Inn with Kendell Marvel. What's up, Kendell?
Same old thing.
Same old thing. Just in Nashville, enjoying another week of wonderful music.
Cold weather.
Cold.
It's just cold up north, too, I guess.
Yeah, but yesterday 20 and today 51 here. I like it.
It's pretty crazy.
It is crazy. I like it. I like 51 better than 20.
I'm hearing you. I was in the Bahamas till night before last, so it was like 80s, so that's why I'm freezing.
You're having culture, it's really, it was chilly compared to the Bahamas. I was watching your Instagram or Twitter, and I was like, I hope he makes it back for his show, because did you have a flight delay?
I did, yeah, a long delay, but that's all right.
Okay, he's here though now, folks. So we're here at the Exit Inn, and one of the things I thought we could talk about is you do this cool thing here.
It is pretty cool.
It's so cool. Let's talk about how it came to be and why.
It came to be because I was, I've been a songwriter around town here for 20 years, and everybody knows me as a songwriter.
Right.
So when I decided to cut a record, we'd start a artist night type thing.
Okay.
And the first show, it's been 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in February. We done our first show, and then my first show out, Randy Houser came out, Allison Krauss, and Jamey Johnson.
Allison Krauss and Jamey Johnson and Gary Houser just came by to say hi.
Yeah, and he just turned in. He's like, man, that's pretty cool. So let's just keep inviting our friends out, cool friends, and do cool music. And
so that's how it came to be the Honky Tonk experience.
Yeah, the experience. Because we do everything, from Haggard to Grateful Dead, Allman Brothers, whatever,
Right. Yeah. Well, the first time, I'm trying to think of how many I've been to, but Chris Shiflett came out, and I was like, Kendell and I were tweeting, and he's like, you shouldn't miss tomorrow night. And I actually missed a friend's CD release party, because I went by, and I was like, listen, I think Chris Shiflett's going to show up, but he goes, my set, boo. Mm-hmm. You should go see Chris Shiflett. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yes. And the great thing too, and that's a good segue into who you are in this town. You've had Jake Owen, Brothers Osbourne, Chris Shiflett, Jamey, Allison, Gary Allan. I met him backstage in the last one.
Yep.
And my friends are all like, you met Gary Allan? And I was like, he's friends with Kendell.
They're all good boys and girls.
And when you look at your list of friends, like, you're known in the songwriter world. But as I was saying earlier, I know you as a singer-songwriter.
Right.
And so this album, this is your first full-length album, right?
It is, yes.
This is when I came to know you. I didn't realize all the hits you had written before. And now that I've been looking at your catalog, I'm like, oh my God, you've written some of the favorite songs of
nice.
Broken Halos, right? Did you do?
I did not. I wrote Either Way.
I'm sorry, wrong song.
Yeah.
Either Way. Mm-hmm. I said the wrong. I knew I was going to do that. Either Way is that's an amazing song. And Untangle My Mind by Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, and Hard Living had that one on there. It's on his new record as well. So, I've got a lot of songs with Chris. We wrote a lot of stuff. When him and I are both just writing songs, we were just trying to get cuts up everywhere else.
Right, because you were both songwriters before.
Yeah, for a lot of years.
Right, and now people are like, Chris is this new. I'm like, he's not a new artist, people.
Oh, he's been
Chris has been doing this a long time.
We've always known how good he was, because now everybody else does.
Right. And so, when you look at, this is the album, this is Lowdown and Lonesome. I highly recommend that you own it. It's amazing.
Well, thank you.
I listen to it all the time, so much so it's in the car.
That's nice.
Yes. And when you look at the back of this, we'll just name drop. Keith Gattis, Randy Houser, Stapleton, just a few big names. No big deal.
Some pretty good writers on there with it.
A few good writers. And then the list of musicians and background vocals. It's like the who's who of Nashville. Mickey, Cowboy, and then, of course, Jamey and Randy and Mel.
Sure.
Mel.
She's the queen.
Come on, man.
Queen Melonie.
I love her.
She's awesome.
She's an awesome lady.
Yeah.
And, I'm mesmerized by your friend lists, because not only are you writing with them, these are your friends.
Well, when I met them, I had friends in low places when I met them, but some of them in pretty high places now. So,
they've taken a step upward.
They have, yeah.
So what was it that you were like, I'm going to do my own CD now. It's time.
Well, being a songwriter, I mean, you kind of got to write, try to get on the radio. And where radio has went to, I just can't force myself to write those kind of songs.
I get it.
And I've tried, and I got nothing against those people. Them guys are being super successful at writing songs that they're good at, and they're better at that than I am.
Right.
And plus, I moved here to be an artist. My kids are grown up now, and all the sports are over with. The stuff I didn't want to miss.
Right. You didn't want to be out on the road.
No.
And how old are your kids now?
20. My son will be 23, and my daughter's going to be 28.
Okay, so they're grown.
Oh yeah, they're grown.
And you and your wife Randa live here.
Yep.
And then you go to Florida and the Bahamas a lot, right? Do you have another home?
I do, yeah. In Mexico Beach.
Mexico Beach.
Kind of gutted out right now.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Your Florida hometown got hit hard.
It got hit hard, yeah.
Did your house survive?
It is one of, they said it destroyed 85% of the houses in that town.
That's terrible.
And luckily our house sits behind a big concrete house. And it
saved you?
Yeah, because it's an old little 50s cottage, a little small wood frame place. But
like the fun beach house?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, but is it devastating? Have you been back
it's
home?
Horrible. Yeah, I've been down there. We was down there and left. We evacuated. We was there when it was coming in. So yeah.
Because my friend Cody Bennett was down there.
Is that right?
Or his family lives there. And then, do you know Cooter? He played with Ward Davis for a couple of years.
I might know him if I see him. But yeah.
He went down there and was showing pictures and different things, and I was just
sick
totally to my stomach.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch your whole community be destroyed.
It is. Yeah, and they're great people down there. We got a lot of good friends that lost everything, but they're resilient. They live on the ocean. They know that stuff happens, and
right. They're
that
prepared, a little more prepared for it.
That just happened to be a really, really bad
one.
Yeah.
Right. So the kids are grown. Mm-hmm. You and Randa have the Florida and here, and then one day you're like, hey, maybe I should do my own record.
Yeah. And a good friend of mine, Terry Andrus, and a couple other guys got together and offered to fund it. And
nice.
And me and Gattis.
Shout out to people who can fund things.
Yeah. They was gracious enough to, out of the goodness of their heart, just because they like me and like what I done, to offer to do it. So they changed my world. That's for sure.
Now this came out. Was it a year ago? A year and a half ago?
A year ago, October. Yeah.
Okay, because I remember getting it and. I must have been down here once before Stapleton before Chris Shiflett, because I had the CD and I had met you.
Yeah.
And so it came out, and then you did some touring, and then you toured at some little places, and then you played this little place called Ascend in the fall.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. All my favorite people in one night, Cody Jinks, Nikki Lane, Steel Woods, and Kendell Marvel. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
It was a great night.
My whole family came down.
Is that right?
Oh, my husband, my daughter. Oh yeah. I love Cody. I have such affinity for him, for letting me interview him. He doesn't do interviews normally. Mm-hmm. And Nikki, what a badass chick.
I don't know her well. I've met her a couple times, but I know Cody well. I mean, he's just he's salt of the earth.
Right. I've only met Nikki
exactly
once.
What you see all the time.
Right. People are like, what's Cody like? I'm like, he's a dude that I have admiration and respect for him. Yeah. And I don't have that for everyone in the music world. Like, I say to people, I love Cody appropriately.
Yeah. He's nicer than what he even seems on stage. He's just a super good person.
Been so kind to me and my family. I just couldn't ask for anyone better. And I, my blog has done well, but his interviews, since he doesn't do many, have catatapulted it. And people know me because of Cody.
That's fantastic.
And I'm just grateful for him. And then I love how, like you and Ward and all the people that have been touring with him, the relationships that are made, and watching it grow and go from there, because that night so many more people got to see you than would have. Like we all love Jeb Brown. Shout out to Jeb Brown, and we love you, man. Jeb's is 30 people,
right?
And then Ascend is a couple thousand,
about 6,000.
It's about 6,000 people, and I just think, I love this. I was so happy to see you up there getting exposure like that. Even though people know your songs and don't realize it, they're getting to see you.
Mm-hmm.
How was that for you?
That was great. I mean, Cody was gracious enough to put me on it. Hoping next year we do some more stuff. He'd mentioned doing some stuff together, so we've been writing some. So I'm sure there's more down the road for that kind of thing. So.
Right. We canceled our last interview, and you're like, I'm writing with some friends, and I saw a picture. I was like, oh, let it go.
Yeah.
I will.
You had to give me a pass on that.
I will be gracious if you're writing with. As if it wouldn't have been somebody else cool.
Yeah.
So the album's out. It's been doing well for you.
Yep. Got my name out there anyway.
Right. And so I heard a little rumor that you've been recording something new.
I have, yeah. We just we tracked last week before last, and I got a new producer on this record. I'm working with Dan Auerbach, who is the Black Keys, and it's really interesting. It's going to be a big departure from Lowdown Lonesome, but it's going to be. You know, when we was talking about doing a record, I asked him. I said, "Have you heard my last record?" And he was like, "No, I hadn't listened to it." He said, "But you don't want to make that record again, do you?" And I was like, "You got a point." No, I don't. So this one's a little more 70s feeling. Somebody asked me today, said, "What's it like?" And I said, "It's Charlie Rich meets the band." So it's really, we used a whole different set of musicians. A lot of Memphis guys that played on everything from like In the Ghetto, from Elvis to Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues, you know.
Oh, so some soul and.
The youngest guy in the band saw the Beatles.
Oh, this record's going to be delicious.
Yeah,
I can already tell. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, me and Dan wrote all the songs, and it's going to be interesting.
And how soon can we expect that?
It'll be later on in the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you literally just finished the recording.
I've sang it, and they was doing backgrounds on it today, and they're still doing some overdubbing and things. So.
Wow, is this the first interview you've talked about it?
It is, yes.
Oh, you heard it here, folks.
That's right.
New music from Kendell Marvel. Sometime next year.
Yep.
It's not even complete yet.
Nope. Not even done.
Wow,
yet.
That's pretty great. Where did you do the recording?
Over at Dan's studio. It's called Easy Eye. Yeah,
oh,
so
nice.
Cool
I can only imagine.
Everything's vintage. All this gear. It's really cool.
The band just startled me. The band is literally behind this wall. I was like...
And they're sound checking, rehearsing.
I hope you guys can hear the interview when we're done. So the album is in the can.
Yep.
So I have a question for you, because you have a lot of well-known songs. As the songwriter and not always the singer, do you ever think, like, what is that like for you? Like, I would be a little like sometimes like, man, I wish people knew that I wrote that song. Or do you just like getting the paycheck? Like, what's that like for you?
That's great. You know, obviously we all want to get paid for our work, but that's never really bothered me. Maybe it did when I was younger, you know, when people would, you know the songs and then really didn't care, you know, about the songwriter. But it seems like there's been a change of things when guys like Cody and Sturgill and Jason Isbell and some of that stuff started coming around. They got more into singer-songwriters.
Yes.
And it's kind of turned. The tides are turning. You know?
Yes.
There's other ways besides country, because they're not going to play us on country radio. So there's other ways to find.
Right.
The better music is not on country radio. As far as the stuff I listen to is not.
Right. Almost nothing I listen to is on the radio. There's a personality in St. Louis that I met out. And then I heard her on the radio, and I texted her, and I was like, "You're on the radio?" And she goes, "You don't know who I am, do you?" And I was like, "I'm sorry. I get so much music sent to me, and so many people want me to hear, or, you know, do you want to listen to my artist?" And now that I covered Americana Fest, I get inundated with requests. I bet. And so I don't listen to not on purpose, but because I have other things I now need to hear.
Sure.
And
I don't listen to it on purpose.
Well, but I didn't know she was.
Sure.
And she's like, I can't believe you liked me for me. And I said, I thought you were the marketing director. She was an on-air personality. So for me, I'm listening to real. I actually still love physical CDs and physical vinyl.
Me too.
If I'm on the way to a gig and I think I might meet someone who's the opener, every now and again I'll pull up Spotify and listen to a 30-second clip of 3 songs so I don't sound like an imbecile.
Right.
But I also don't like streaming. Personally, I want to buy your music. I want this in my hand.
Yeah, the streaming has been great for getting us out there.
Right.
But
I want to physically also own something.
If I like something, I buy it. Yeah.
Right. And now I've started to buy vinyl, you know, like crazy.
That's my favorite vinyl.
And I got a new record play, you know, and you get that feeling, you know. I think the pendulum, and you can speak to this, I've noticed that the pendulum's gone from completely auto-tuned and perfect, that we're swinging back. You know, when you listen to Leonard Skinner or the Rolling Stones, there's crackles and breaths and that yelling in the background.
Yeah. Nobody played the click track. You know, it's like everything not perfect. It's perfectly not perfect.
It's And is that for you? Like, is that just juicy?
Yeah.
Oh, for me too.
It's spontaneous.
And it's real.
Yeah, sounds real. Let them guys do what they do, and if there's a little mess up here and there, and it adds character a lot of times.
Right.
Look, Boy Named Sue, that somebody rehearsed a while ago. That was a live record, and then the bass player got completely lost on that song, and it makes it cool to me. You know?
Right, because you're like, wait, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or like in those Leonard Skinner songs when people are in the background or on the Rolling Stones when there's that breathiness.
Yeah, it's great.
Where now they'll edit that out.
Yeah.
It's like I want to hear that.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I want the studio experience. Now I've been blessed to be in the studio a few times, and so I know the raw verses, whereas a lot of people don't ever hear the raw.
Right.
And I love that authenticity.
Yeah.
And the thing about your music is it is so authentic.
Well, thank you.
And I appreciate it. I appreciate the lyrics and the music behind it. You know, you're very talented.
Well, thank you very much. I have fun. I have fun doing it.
Yes. So the experience is going to continue here at the Exit Inn next year.
We're going to do. Got a big touring schedule next year, so it's we're going to do 4.
Okay, so 4.
Yeah, we'll do them every quarter. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I can come to some of them.
Absolutely.
I can't always just come down on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, I have to kind of figure out my schedule to be here on a Tuesday.
Right.
So you're going to continue to do this. You're going to be touring. The new album will be coming out.
Yep.
You got some stuff going on, Mr. Marvel.
I started a tour 1st of February with Chris Shiflett, me and Chris and Elizabeth Cook. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So did that happen backstage at Americana Fest?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
I was there.
It was already in the works.
Oh, okay.
It was already in the works. But that was like the final.
Because I stayed and talked to Chris. And then the tour got announced, and I was like, I think I was there.
Yeah.
Because Elizabeth Cook played, and then Kendell walked out and hugged me, and then Chris walked out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I might have been there.
Yeah.
That's going to be...
It's going to be fun.
I just love Chris Shiflett.
Oh, he's a great dude as well.
He's so kind.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Cook is so funny and so talented.
She's great.
I mean, both funny and talented, not one or the other. And you, I can't wait to see how... You should add St. Louis for me, but I'll drive somewhere to see you.
I think Memphis is probably as close as we're getting to St. Louis.
Well, here in Memphis. You're going to play one here, right?
We play here in Nashville.
Yeah, don't miss that tour with those 3 because there's going to be fun and shenanigans.
It is going to be fun, yes. And I have another tour that I can't announce yet, but I've got another tour next year that's going to be pretty exciting too.
Ooh.
Just waiting for the headliner.
We just can't say that one yet, but it's going to happen here next year. So you have an exciting tour coming up that we can't talk about yet?
Yes.
Okay. We'll hold off then.
Yep.
Fine.
It'll be announced next year at some point.
Okay.
Top of the year.
Okay. I'll just have to wait with everybody else.
Yep, that's right. Yep.
Well, thank you. We've been trying to chase this down for
I'm glad it finally
about
happened.
A year. No big deal. There was weather. There's
in Springfield, Illinois.
Weather in Springfield. And then
co-write with Jinx.
Co-write with Jinx. Jinx jinxed it.
Jinx got in the way.
He's about the only dude I would accept that from. So we're here, and we've got to get out there because there's people waiting in line actually to see the Kendell Marvel Honky Tonk experience.
Come on with it.
So we should probably go.
I think so.
All right. Well, I'm Cheryl Swift, the Duchess of Rock and Roll. This is Kendell Marvel. You can check him out at kendellmarvel.com and then on all the social media platforms. We're here at the Exit Inn. He's got a show to play. I got a show to watch, and we wish you all peace, love, and rock and roll.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.